Hello, it's a Working Whiskey Woman, and thought we would do a little different venue tonight. We are by the campfire. It's Labor Day weekend, and everybody is either relaxing somewhere by the pool, maybe seeing some family, but especially in days like these, everybody loves the great outdoors. So we're actually up in northern Michigan at Sand Lake, and doing one of our favorite things after dinner. We are sitting around the campfire enjoying a fine bourbon whiskey. So with that, we're going to try two different ones. These are ones that actually I found up here at the local Walmart. You can also find them at other other liquor stores that are around. One's pretty common that you'll find, and one's a little bit rare, so it's kind of fun. So the first one is Wild Turkey. And this one you can pretty much find anywhere, and you go, Wild Turkey, ugh, tastes really bad. Well, actually it's not. It's actually really pretty good. Eddie Russell and his father, Jimmy, who basically really started Wild Turkey back in the 50s and did really wonderful things, carried on his legacy to Eddie Russell, who's the current master distiller, and they produce a really great product. So we're gonna try that tonight. So, let's see. So if you take a look at it, it's really very nice. Now this is 101 proof, but it's got some nice legs that are stippling down like we kind of see. It's got a nice amber color to it. It's a little bit darker, which is really very, very nice. Now the smell is really a little different. Maybe I'm getting influenced by the fire behind me, but I'm getting small elements of tobacco on it. And frankly, a little bit of kind of definitely a wood, and definitely a floral. So as I take a sip, I'm also getting a little bit more fruit notes kind of coming out on it. I'm getting a little bit more orange. I could see this pairing actually really well with the honey. In fact, at your local farmer's market, you can get a wildflower honey and make a little honey simple syrup. And this would be really lovely with it. We're going to put some water in it, see how it changes. The hug on the end, by the way, is just really nice. It gives you a little bit of a peppery on it. It makes me think definitely of a really nice coarse ground pepper. Something that's just kind of smoother, nothing too rough, nothing like a table pepper or anything like that, but just one like you'd get at a nice restaurant where they grind it and you just get that nice little bit of not a sting, but you get that nice little bit of a kind of right at the end, and then it kind of smooths out, and I'm getting the honey notes and tones. So now with this, and again, remember we always want to look to see if we're getting something different. Is it really kind of a one note? Does it taste like alcoholic frosted flakes? That's a bad thing. So as I smell it, I'm actually kind of getting dandelion on it. So definitely I'm getting like forest flavors, kind of on the nose. And now it's really interesting because now I'm getting more of a green tea. It's kind of happening. And that's really, really lovely. So it kind of really gave me a difference in a flavor. It's got a little bit of essentia on it. And again, at the end, it's just giving me that nice little hug note kind of going on. So now I'm gonna sip this down because we are outdoors and I have nowhere else to put this. But what you see here, this is actually, remember my Rydell glass? I actually have my own little taster box. I actually put my glass in here, and I've got my measuring cup, and I have my water. And I always take my bourbon tasting notebooks, and then I have my lovely pen from a great distillery, a smaller pot still distillery called Willett in Kentucky. And I just take my notes and really figure out what I kind of like and what I don't like. And that's the beauty of having the bourbon tasting journals, is that times like this when things are a little bit more relaxed, you can just basically take a little bit of time and really try things and see what flavors come out, what things you really like and don't like, rather than kind of showing up somewhere or going to a bar and finding out, oh, I'm not sure that I like that, and then I ordered it. So it's a great time, where it's a little more relaxed. So I'm going to pour this one. This is the Michters. So this one, ironically, I also found at Walmart. Now sometimes at some of the bigger stores, because they sell volumes of alcohol, lots of it, they've been starting to get in a lot better whiskeys. So this is actually a small batch Kentucky straight bourbon. And this is actually another one of our women distilleries. And one of our, I believe the master distiller is a woman. There's a lot of women involved with Michters. And it's one of the ones that I really, really like. They do a lot of really interesting things. They do a lot of things that are really kind of hail back to when whiskey was originally made. They do the small batch, this is the small batch bourbon. They do rye and other things like that. So I'm taking a look at that. Again, my cool little find. Sometimes that's the fun part about bourbon. It's kind of like, do you get to find something rare, or as they call it in bourbon world or whiskey world, did you find a unicorn? So I'm looking at this, and this is similar color to the Wild Turkey, but this one is actually a lot less. This is more of like a 91.4 proof. So the fact that this is 101, so it's not as cut, versus the Michters, and you still have that lovely color on it, that's a good sign. So kind of taking a scent, and I'm definitely kind of getting leaves and a little bit of toffee notes on there, and I'm getting kind of a sense of almond on the nose. And so when tasting it, I'm really getting that toffee. It's coming out with a little bit of that chocolate. Probably a smidge of hazelnut is actually coming off of that. But now I'm also kind of getting a little bit more of that, I was talking about that leaf element, you know, that kind of fall element. And again, it's probably influenced by the fire, I'm sure. But I'm getting a little bit more of the wood kind of coming out on the end. The end is just nice and smooth. There's no type of pepper sting on it. It's actually a little bit more, I would say more like a curry type of thing going on. And so let's try this with some water. So now I'm getting a lot more cherry note on it, a lot more of that candy. Makes me think of a candy caramel apple. And taking a sip, I'm getting kind of that caramel with a little bit of that you know, just nice like smoked element to it. Again, influenced by the fire, I'm sure, but that's okay, because sometimes you get really great flavors depending upon where you're at and the environment that you're in. And again, remember, taste is all about experience. So if you have a great experience and you just get those memories, you're really going to enjoy the flavors. So in the words of Freddie Johnson, what's the best way to drink whiskey? Is with a friend. So cheers